Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Empowering Morning Conversations. So, how are you going to create your day today? Is today going to be a wonderful day, a day that you've never had before? You know, the truth of the matter is, today is a day you've never had before. Today is a new day, and we don't know what we are going to create today. Okay? Now we can create this day like any other day that we create. Yeah, it's just another day. We're just going about whatever we are going about, and there's nothing new. And we are doing it in the same way, and we are doing the same things. Now that could be one way that you live your day. Hang in there. There's some sort of a problem at my end. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Very clearly, sir. Very clearly.
Okay, for a while I thought you can't hear me. All right, so is it going to be just another ordinary day? So I thought let's make it special by drawing your attention to something very, 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 very special. And that something is our network of support we have in life. Okay. So what is our network of support? Our network that supports us. Yeah. Our network of our relationships that we have. And what is the purpose of a relationship? To support each other, to empower each other, and to make each other stronger. Is it not? So our network of support consists of the people in our life. जो लोग हमारे जीवन में हैं, they are our network of support. Now, is your support structure big or is it small? What does that mean? If you say that I have a huge network of support, or you'll say I have a very small network of support. So what's the difference between the two? Very stupid question, I know, but I'd like you to answer it. So I want you to think about yourself and tell me, do you have a huge support structure or do you have a very small support structure?
I have a huge support structure. My family, my friends, EMC, and lots of friends abroad too. Thank you.
Okay, very nice. Thank you very much. You can mute yourself. Okay, somebody else look into it, really. A network of support because they are there in your life. Okay. Yes, Monica.
I have a very small network of support. Very small.
And why do you say that?
Because I'm really close to, I don't open up to other people. So it's just my family and 2-3 friends, that's it.
Okay, how would you phrase it slightly differently?
How would I phrase it? But I'm very comfortable with that because I mean, because I don't know, like what comes to my mind is I don't go around telling my Dukh Bhari Dastan. So
that's one thing.
Yeah.
Another way of saying what you said earlier would have been, I do not allow too many people entry into my life.
Correct. Yeah. Perfect.
Doors of
Perfect.
my house are closed to everybody except a very few people.
Perfect. Hit the nail on the head. Perfect.
Yeah, which will be true for most of the people over here. I mean, you really check and see even what Hasina ji said. I don't literally mean doors of her house in that sense, but how many people do we allow actually to be in our life? Okay. How many people do we have with whom we have a very close and intimate relationship? And intimate does not mean intimacy the way normally we look at it. You know, our best friends, we are quite intimate with them. We feel a large amount of affinity for them, and vice versa. We feel very comfortable with them. We feel very relaxed with them. Is it not? Hello, I'm talking to everybody.
Yes, sir.
So how many people do we actually allow into our life? And if not, why not? Because the more people there are in my life, the wider my support structure is going to be. So if you remember, we have talked many times on many occasions about 5 elements of an intimate relationship. You can use the word close relationship if that makes you feel better. Right? What are those 5 elements of a close relationship? I'm sure you remember it by now. We've said it at least 5 or 7 times in these EMC sessions. So Rama and I will not say anything. We want to hear from the others. Yes, Sagar.
I will try saying all those 5. Okay, if I can remember. First is trust, then is communication, and love, and being vulnerable or something, and this much I know.
Okay.
Vulnerability.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
Achha.
Okay, so
Yes.
since
Can I
you've
repeat?
come on to the microphone, Yonita, do you remember all 5 of them?
No.
All right, whichever ones you
Okay,
remember, why don't you say them?
I remember only trust, vulnerability, because I keep remembering them all the time.
Okay, all right.
And
Thank you.
communication.
Yeah, Hasina, do you want to say something?
Gratitude and
No, no.
Then you should mute yourself if you are not saying.
Yeah.
Yes, Kamal.
Okay.
good
Okay.
morning, sir. And good morning, everybody. Sir, I'm telling you that gratitude and allowance also is there.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
Very
can
good.
I repeat the 5? Can I repeat the 5? All 5.
Yes, please.
One is honor.
Yep.
Second is trust. Third is allowance. Fourth is gratitude. And fifth is vulnerable.
Okay, very good. Arvind, you had got your hand raised. So would you like to say something?
Yeah, morning, sir. I was emphasizing on the same allowance.
Yeah. Honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability. Okay. Very nice words, are they not? So obviously, if you have very few people in your life, then honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability is not there with many people, isn't it? I mean, I don't say go around looking for people, but you know, there are enough people in your life. Okay. If you look at the number of people who are already in your life, and I'm not talking about just somebody you met once for an interview or from business transaction, there are enough people other than that also in our life. But how many of them have we allowed into our life? How many of them are there with whom we have honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and we are allowing ourselves to be vulnerable with them? Vulnerable means we have dropped all defenses. We don't have any need to put on any defenses with these people. We can just be ourselves with them. Okay? Now, I want you to reflect on one thing. Whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it, that choice is yours. Honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability. In order to have these, you will have to communicate in a certain fashion. All right? You will have to be in a certain space. You will have to be in a certain energy so that you can allow in your life honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability. All these things are energies too, you know. So let's only talk about one thing to begin with, and that is honor. Okay. So in order to honor, you'll have to manage yourself inside and outside also, do you think? How do we manage ourselves inside to allow ourselves to honor someone? What you have to manage on the inside is that you have to notice how you judge these people and not judge them. Okay? If you do not judge people, you can trust them also. If you do not judge them, you can be in allowance also. Right? If you are in allowance, you can honor somebody. Do you notice they all go together? So what is that one way that you can be with people? What is that one way that you can engage with people that will start, or it will be the beginning of us establishing that kind of a relationship? So what is the first step, do you think? So there is something which you can change on the outside. There's something you can change on the inside. And if you start to do that, then honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, vulnerability can show up in your life. So I already told you, one change you can do on the inside is that you stop judging. Yeah? There used to be an old song, no? Let it be, let it be. Let it be the way it is. When I'm judging it, I'm trying to impose something on it and saying, hey, look, it should not be like this, it should be like that. It is not okay the way it is. So the moment you start to see or start to say in your mind that it's okay the way it is, it's okay the way it is. When you say it's okay the way it is, that's the first, that's allowance. जैसा है वैसा ठीक है. जैसा है वैसा है. Because we'll not even say ठीक है या गलत है. We'll not say whether it's all right or not all right. It is the way it is. That's the beginning. Honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, vulnerability will begin then. So the first thing is managing yourself on the inside. Stop judging you. The biggest evil that you do to yourself is judging you. Am I right? Judging you, diminishing you. The moment you are judging you and diminishing you, then you feel the need to protect yourself because you don't want people to find out the horrible fellow that you think you are. You are not the horrible fellow, but you think you are a horrible fellow. So you need to put up the walls so that people will not find out who you really are. Oh, if they find out how many dirty thoughts I have in my head, nobody will like me. But you're judging your thoughts, no? You have thoughts. Why do you judge them and say, oh, these are dirty thoughts, these are very homely thoughts? But we're doing it all the time. So stop judging you. You may find it easier to stop judging people. I've noticed something that if you stop judging yourself, then you don't so much judge others. That is what we do on the inside. So what do you think we can do on the outside? We would do something called respectfully engaging with people. What would we do? We will do something called respectful engagement with people. Now, when I use these words, respectful engagement with people, what is coming into your mind? What do you think you will have to do? How do you respectfully engage with someone? Yes, Neeti ji.
So it would, in my opinion, it would begin with listening to them and try and be in their conversation rather than putting forth our points on their conversation.
Okay, so that's one thing that you will be. Now, in order to be really listening to people, what else do you have to do?
Give up resistance. There is no right or wrong, good or bad in what they are saying. They are just expressing what is their need of the moment, what is there in their mind, what is troubling them behind that thought.
Okay. What else?
Sir, trust them.
Okay, what else? Sagar, what are you saying?
So for me, it's being friendly with them. I can be friendly when I don't judge them or accept the way they are. I think that's being respectful.
Okay. Okay. So the next thing, see, all these things will happen when A, you give them your full attention. Okay. You give them your listening. You can only give your full listening if you give full attention. I promise you, if you give somebody full attention, what will happen? And how do you give somebody full attention? Can you give somebody full attention when you're not looking at them? Yeah. Will you give full attention if you're looking at them, but your mind is elsewhere?
No.
Yeah. So what do you have to do? You have to look at them. Your mind also has to be focused on them. Believe me, if you give somebody your full attention, you be with them, as I call it. Okay. Be with them fully. Be with them, listen to them. You cannot do that if you're busy judging people. Yeah. If you're busy trying to create an impression about yourself, can you be with them?
Maybe sometimes, sorry.
How can you be with them if your attention is on giving full, impressing somebody? Your attention is then on you, not on them, na? मैं कैसा लग रहा हूँ, मेरे बारे में क्या सोच रहे हैं, मेरे बारे में अच्छा सोचना चाहिए, impression जमाने में आप लगे हुए हो. Then is your attention on that person?
No, not for on that person, but that will be respectfully, you know, sir. If I share my things,
if you are not having, listen to me. If you are not having your attention fully on the other person, that's not respectful.
Right,
Yeah?
sir. Yeah.
If somebody asks you about you, somebody asks you a question about you, and you are listening carefully, and you gave an answer, that is respectful.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So even that way, will it be respectful if you give him an answer which is not the true answer?
No, sir. It won't be if it is not true answer.
Exactly. So the second thing is you tell the truth to that person as it is. Because if you lie to someone, or if you exaggerate, and if you tell them half a truth, will you be fully present with someone?
If I say only half of truth, I won't be the fully presence to them. But sometimes, sir, if I say everything, they may get hurt, sir.
Hello, if somebody asks you, see, all these are your reasons for not telling the truth.
Yes.
If you feel that the person may get upset or angry, you can ask them, do you really want to know the truth from me? They'll tell you. And then there is a way to tell the truth also, no? You know, if you tell somebody, "Tu to bada badtameez insaan hai," you'll say, "I told the truth." Yeah. What is a respectful way of saying that? That sometimes your behavior is rude. Because it is not the truth that he is a badtameez insan. Sometimes he behaves, his behavior is badtameez. Sometimes, not all the time. If that person was behavior was bad all the time, you'd never talk to him, no? So I'm trying to show you how we are not being respectful to people. We're not respectful to people when we are not respectful to ourselves. Why would you lie about you? Why would you tell a half-truth about you? Why would you tell something exaggerated about you? I know I'm a lot of experience in it. More
So
than
because
I was always
I want attention and I want to give impression about myself. So sometimes maybe I say half truth or maybe sometimes I lie also.
exactly. So you're like everybody else. Hum sabne kiya hai ye.
Yes, sir.
We all do it all the time. You know, you'll do it with people with whom you don't feel free, no?
Yes, sir.
But if somebody is very close and intimate friend of yours, do you feel the need to lie to them? They will
No,
know
sir.
anyway.
Yeah, I tell everything to the person who full truth whom I am close.
Yeah, in any case, they will know. If you lie to them immediately, they'll know. They'll say, "Muh pe bolenge, kya jhoot bol rahe hai?" You know, other people also know when you're lying to them, by the way, but they don't tell you. They don't tell you, and then they don't trust you either.
Okay, sir, but I never know, somebody telling lying or somebody telling truth. I just accept what they say. I never interpret what they say, sir.
That's very good of you. You are such a bhula fellow, you know. Everybody is not like that, no?
Sir.
And remain like that. It's better to trust them rather than not trust them. अगर झूठ बोल रहे हैं तो नुकसान किसका हो रहा है?
उन्हीं का ही हो रहा है.
Exactly. So why worry about that? Right now we are worried about what we are. See, we would like to have a life and we would like to have people in our life with whom we are having honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, vulnerability. That means there will be people in our life whom we are very close to and they are very close to us. Now, how big you want to make that circle, that's up to you. But I'm telling you that the people who are already there in your life, there may be 50 people in your life, but out of those 50 people or 100 people, you are allowing only 4 or 5 people entry into your life, really. So what's the
Yes,
point
sir.
in having all the others?
True, sir.
Are you getting it, everybody? Thank you, Sagar, for interaction. So coming back to the topic of respectfully engaging with people. So how many elements we have identified? Neeti will tell you. Already we have identified, no, respectful engagement.
Yes, sir.
Listening.
Giving full attention, eye contact, mentally being with them.
And physically too.
And physically. Yes, sir.
And there was one more thing, no?
Respectful
Which we
engagement.
were discussing with Sagar quite a bit.
Being truthful.
Being truthful.
Being truthful.
Because by being untruthful, you are not actually honoring anybody, including yourself. By being untruthful, you're not even trusting the person, no? Because you're thinking, if I say the truth, this person will no longer be in my life or whatever it is. Yeah, what else? There's one more element.
give full attention.
Yeah, that we've covered already. We give full attention. Now, let me then ask you a question. Why do we want to give full attention? To honor them for sure.
To
But is
listen
there
to.
a reason why would give full attention to someone?
So that we don't miss out on whatever they are saying.
Exactly. And why don't we want to miss out on anything that they are saying? Because communication begins with the willingness to accept another person's point of view without changing it. The foundation of a great relationship is our willingness to accept their point of view. Because their point of view is their dunya. You know, once I know my friend's real point of view, then I see his world view. I'm willing to accept it. It does not mean that I have to judge it. It does not mean I have to agree with it. It does not mean I have to do what that person says. It simply means that I'm willing to accept this fellow's point of view. That's honoring someone. Yeah, if you're busy judging in your mind and saying, no, how can he think like that? The world is not like that. He's a stupid fellow. Sometimes you tell him also, how can you say like this? How can you think like this? I don't agree with you. Now, when you say like that to someone, is that a willingness to accept that person's point of view without changing it? Sometime back, Sagar said communication. The way we normally do communication is of no use. Real communication begins when we are willing to accept another person's point of view without changing it. Then magic will happen in that's real respectfulness. You understand? That person will feel free to communicate whatever they want with you because they know that you're not going to judge it, you're not going to argue with it. You know, you're going to be in allowance of it. ठीक है, ये तुम्हारा दृष्टिकोण है, and it's fine with me. Because whatever you may say, the other person's point of view is going to be his point of view, unless they decide to change it. See, it's all a drama of point of view going on. If you look at all the mischief in this world, if you look at all the fighting going on, if you look at all the conflict going on, if you look at all the wars going on, why they are going on? Because people are fighting about my point of view is better than your point of view. My point of view is right, your point of view is wrong. And even I can tell you, the one which you call as your crow's circle, there also if you have fights, because we are not willing to accept each other's point of view. Is that respectful? If I don't want to accept your point, accept means be in allowance of your point of view, then is that my respect to you? Then I'm saying I'll respect you only if you agree with me. I will respect you only if you do what I say. I will honor you only if you do what I say. I will honor you only if you have same point of view that I have. I mean, what kind of a world it will be for you if everybody has the same point of view as you have? Is it good that people have different points of view than you? Why is it good?
We'll get the different perspective if we are stuck in some situation.
Yeah, because you know, you look at the world in your way only. The moment you're willing to accept another person's point of view, you're able to see the world in its fullness. You know, for you, what you see is the only truth, right? It might be limited, no? When you look at it from many people's point of view, then you have a much more balanced and whole view of life, which is better. अगर जीवन को एक तरफ तरीके से ही देखते रहो या पूरी तरह से देखो, which one is better? Yes, Arvind ji.
I think one of the example fits nicely on this. Suppose there is a glass of water and which is half filled. Now one person says it is half empty and other says it is half filled. So both are right. Both have their truth.
Yeah,
So
and they
that
can keep
really
arguing with each
completes
other,
the
no?
correct. So that's very important context.
Yeah, and we will have a new perspective, right? The moment we are willing to accept another person's point of view without changing it, we get access to a new possibility.
Yes, sir.
So what happens in life is many people go around proving their point of view, trying to make people accept their point of view. And when they don't find enough people willing to accept their point of view, they go around getting upset. कि दुनिया कितनी खराब है, कोई मेरे से सहमत नहीं है. I mean, if you look at all the complaints that we have in life, most of them are happening silently in our head only, no?
Correct.
We don't say a lot of times कि भाई लोग क्या सोचेंगे. But we have these complaints, and if you look at the genesis or the seed where that complaint is getting formed is that you're judging everything right, wrong, good, bad. My perspective is the only perspective. How can they behave like this? They may be thinking about you. Okay, how can he think like this? Okay, so coming back to respectful engagement. How will you now start respectfully engaging with people? 2 or 3 things I've already told you. So can you repeat it so you don't forget it? You will give them your full attention, mental as well as physical. See, it's important that the other person also knows that you're giving them full attention. Sometimes we are giving attention, but the other person does not know. Listen to them fully. That also, the other person should know that you're listening to them fully. And not only are you listening to them fully, you're getting what they say. You have to give them evidence कि मैंने सुना है तुम्हारी बात को. By simply saying, yes, yes, I've heard you, that's not an evidence that you heard them, is it? So how do you give evidence to someone that you have listened to them? We have very silent group. Everybody wants to not say anything.
By asking questions, by clarifying, by repeating back certain things.
Exactly. By paraphrasing. Yeah. Reflecting. Reflecting means you say back exactly what they said. Then they know that you are seriously listening to them. Yeah. And notice that whenever you are engaging with people, have your attention on them. Only and give them time from time to time. I'm telling you, even if you give this respectful engagement of 3 minutes to someone, that's quality time. That's what they die for. You know, all the people who say, "Tum mujhko time nahi dete ho, you don't give me time," what they are craving for is quality time. So sometimes they say, "You don't give me time." You'll say, "What the hell are you talking about? I'm at home. I spend 4 hours at home." But how much of that 4 hours at home did you give any quality time to anyone? Did you really look at them? Did you really listen to them? Or is your way of operating that, yeah, they're going to say the same thing what they say? Sometimes people start talking and you stop listening. Have you noticed that? Because you assume they're going to say the same thing. वही बोलना है उन्होंने जो रोज बोलते हैं. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's the topic for the day. I would ask you to remember that if you want honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, and vulnerability in your relationship, then start respectfully engaging with people. Okay? And it starts now. So before we close today's session, anybody wants to say something to us respectfully? Yes, Mr. Acharya. Today only you are talking. Rest are all mute.
Okay, sir. Maybe they enjoy listening to you more than talking to you. Maybe you have really beautiful voice, and so they like to hear more from you than to talk. I think Samina Jonita ji want to say something.
Okay, so you should allow her to do that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Today I'm feeling very nanga, like literally you are peeling on skin, and I'm like, no, I don't want to let go of that. So I'm feeling very nanga punga, like.
Yeah, so that is always an opportunity, no? When you hit bottom, the only way you can go is up, no? So this realization, what does it want you to see? You want to act on it?
Yeah, but the sad part is it starts now, you said. I was thinking, yes, I will act on it. But the moment you said act now, I was like, acha.
But you did, no? In an open forum which is being recorded, what you just said. You acted now, right? You being open to say that, hello, you know, what have I been doing all my life? That's step number one, right? Now we have to look for the next step and the next step and the next step. Thank you so much, Jonita. Yes, Sagar.
So, I don't know why, sir, this is my good thing or bad thing, but, I'm so self-conscious while talking to you or talking to anybody, sir. I'm so self-conscious, sir. Here also I look at myself only in this camera also,
Are you being respectful to us then?
There's obviously no, sir, but obviously I'm respect for to you. I respect you, but but here I see myself first, and I am so self-conscious.
Right. See, so this is what you have to shift. If you shift your attention from myself to all of these wonderful people here,
okay,
because so much to get, no? If you're being with people, you're going to get only.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes.
All right, good. Thank you very much for very honestly sharing. Okay, who else? Reddy Garu, today we saw you coming a little late, very unusual, but welcome for being there anyway. And Kasha Saab has come at 7:30. Welcome anyway.
Sir, I just landed in Tirupati, sir.
Oh, wow. Say a little prayer for me also.
Okay, but I just came for a meeting in the university. I'm coming back by evening, sir.
All right, all right. I hope your everything goes well.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So anything you want to say? So some people have come just to say hello, bye-bye. That much time they have. Hello and bye-bye. All right. What about the rest of you? Anything you want to say as a result of whatever we've done today?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Priya ji.
Okay. So since morning, once I woke up, I was feeling very sad. I don't know what had happened. Very sad, and I didn't want to do anything. Once I joined the session, I was still sad, but now I'm happy. I don't know what happened.
Wow, wow, wow. Kya baat hai. And Pooja, you will put your comments only on the chat या वैसे बोल भी दिया करोगी? You have a good voice also. You speak well also.
Good morning, sir. I was in kitchen, so I was cooking something.
Yeah, I know. I heard the pressure cooker.
So, sir, this is very beautiful realization. But my question, all the time, attention should be first in our control to put attention on others.
Yeah.
At times we are also not present. Our mind is thinking somewhere else. We are not present to this moment. Then this is a big question to fully present to other person.
Yeah, that's why we make you do those exercises which will put
Yeah.
your attention in your control.
Attention exercise. Yes.
Yeah, there are a number of them. So the more you practice it, the more you will become smart in keeping your attention where it should be. You know, if you're not able to give attention to someone, you can always tell them, hey, listen, hang on, just let me compose myself. I'm not with you fully right now. They like it, at least you're being honest.
Yeah, I convey when I'm in the middle of something or I'm fully occupied and somebody just jumps in. So initially I was trying to entertain when I was in office. So I'm doing something somebody came up with. So I was always juggling with my attention in 3-4 things and not fully there and not satisfied. Then I practice this. When I'm not present, I convey. So this is a wonderful practice, sir. And yeah, everything is like attention is very powerful. Be it when you are with people or when you are present to yourself. So we just need to be aware. That's
Wonderful.
the first step for me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Kuldeep ji. Yeah, go ahead. You are unmuted. Yeah. Kuldeep ji, please go ahead. You've gone and muted yourself here. It was unmuted. Now you muted. Now it's fine. Go ahead.
I was not unmute. Now, can you hear me now?
Yeah. You were unmuted, then you went and muted yourself.
No, when I was unmuted, even then I could not, my microphone was not working.
Achha. Okay, go ahead, please.
I just want to have a small question. That when we say willing to accept the other point of view, it is willing to understand the point of view or willing to accept
the
it?
moment you understand it, you are going to interpret it. You have to get it the way it is.
So, getting the way it is, we have to understand that. No?
No, exactly the way it is. For example, if I say some words to you, right? Can you repeat them back to me exactly the way they are?
They can, but then what?
I lost you there. Your voice cracked. See, Kuldeep ji, you may get exactly the words that somebody said, okay?
Yes.
Matlab, you got them precisely. And you can repeat them back also and say, hello, this is what I heard. Is that right? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Then you say, all right, I got your words. Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Then you can ask a clarifying question.
Okay.
Two things will happen as a result of it. Number one, that fellow will realize the unclarity in his speech. Okay?
Yes.
So when you ask him the clarifying question, you will get a better answer. See, don't forget the context of it. The context is to get the other person's point of view exactly the way it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you know and you can articulate precisely what the other person said, then he hears himself through you and he says, oh, this is not what I wanted to say. Then he may say it differently. Is that clear, sir? Yes?
I wanted to say possible that I only understand this point of view.
I am completely interested to get his point of view exactly the way it is.
Yes.
That's where we are coming from.
Correct.
So they get that, the person always gets it that you are really interested to know their point of view. See, most of the time we pretend to get the other person's point of view. We are not really interested in their point of view. We just want to get it to use it,
Yes, sir.
इस्तेमाल करने के लिए सुनते हैं. So that's not getting somebody's point of view. Thanks. So you might as well tell us the share for today, Kuldeep ji.
Sukhdeepak sir, one more question.
हाँ जी बताइए.
Actually, with few people, उनको होता है कि हम बड़े हैं, हमने जो कह दिया हम ही ठीक हैं. And we tried so many times and try to listen or convey our thing.
You are telling a lie, Pooja. Sorry.
Okay.
The moment your point of view is कि वो बड़े हैं, अपने आप को समझते हैं, उनको लगता है कि जो हम बोल रहे हैं वही ठीक है, हर आदमी को लगता है वही ठीक है. That is why we want to get their point of view without changing it, na? We don't want to sit and judge their point of view. We are saying, okay, that's their point of view.
Okay.
See, even if they think कि जो हम बोल रहे हैं वो सही है, that's their point of view and I am accepting it. See, from where that person is standing, he is right.
Yeah.
क्योंकि जिस दृश्य से वो देख रहे हैं, they are right.
Yeah.
Why should I debate with them on that? They are right from where they stand, no? You've seen that exercise where we write the number 9 on the ground and one person is looking at it from one side of the room. He says you've written 6 and you're looking at it from your point of view. You're saying, no, it's not 6, it's 9. Both will be insisting that they are right.
Yeah.
अगर वो बड़े हैं तो वो बोलेंगे कि बाल सफेद किए हैं, तुमको क्या लगता है नंबर नहीं पढ़ना आता हमको?
It's all about just listening and empty, unless and until we create that space of listening.
No, you want to get the context of listening.
Yeah.
I am saying communication begins with the willingness to accept another person's point of view without changing it. It does not mean that you have to agree with them. It does not mean that you have to disagree with them. It does not mean that you have to do what they are saying. And it does not mean that you don't do what they're saying. First, you just get their point of view, whatever it is.
Okay, sir.
When you get it, no, that's, what you're getting is, oh, unko ye dikhai de raha hai. See, and the moment they get it, that you are getting their point of view, they might become open to get your point of view too. Until that time, you will not get permission from them. They will just not listen to you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, now time to listen to share from Kuldeep ji.
Sir,
Today,
can I say without opening video? There is some
Yeah,
problem.
you can say.
What I say is little bit we have discussed earlier.
I'll tell you what you do. 1 minute, Kuldeep ji. आप एक काम करो, अभी मत बोलो, आप रिकॉर्ड करके भेज दो, मैं ग्रुप पे डाल दूंगा. आपका सिग्नल बहुत खराब है.
हाँ सर, yes sir.
ठीक है?
Yes sir.
Thank you. All right. So any words from Rama or anybody else before we say bye-bye? Yeah, you wait, Sagar. Let first Rama say what he has to say. Today you can have the last word, Sagar.
Sir, nothing specific, sir. It's clearly coming out on respectful engagement.
Okay, very good. Yes,
which most of us do not do. So we get that.
That's true. We get into our default mode and then certainly we don't do.
Yeah. So we'll do it.
See, that also is one thing we have to create, I did a communication workshop many years ago. Very interesting, they said. Communication is the intentional recreation of the created intentional recreation of the created something of the other person. So you're actually recreating what they are saying. That's communication. In your mind, you're recreating it. Otherwise, it's not communication. Yes, Sagar ji, bataiye.
Yes, sir. My last word will be like this. I love you, everybody, and I love myself.
Wow, congratulations. And on that note, we say bye-bye. God bless you and see you tomorrow morning. Yes, Kasa?
So, no, so you're telling like the moment we are recreating in the mind as like how so?
Sir, I'm not going to answer your question. If you come at 7:30 when the topic is over, I'll have to do the whole topic for you completely. My request to you, sir, is watch the video on YouTube. And then you and I are always talking anyway, so we can have our conversation there. Okay? Will that be all right?
Fine, sir.
Thank you so much. Because I mean, it's too long to tell in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay? So on that note, bye-bye, everybody. God bless you and see you tomorrow morning.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye bye, sir.